It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching the Browns' sure-handed wide receiver. He went well over 100 yards a week ago and found his way to the end zone. It's the Browns.
The second of 2 games tonight. It's the Browns and Steelers underway to wrap up week 2. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And he was certainly solid, maybe a little bit more last week in his NFL debut. Threw a couple of touchdown passes and earned his first victory. Now, we all know it's not going to be easy from here, but at least now he's seeing what it takes to win at this level.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. That second down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. The Browns at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1, and they were able to take care of business. out last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 on a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
2nd and 10. Brady. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. This guy's getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On play action, now Brady. He's got a man, it's his fullback. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run again with Jackson. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Ready, set.
They start the drive with Lynch. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The numbers on the ground for Lynch a week ago. 17 carries, 71 yards.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. On play action, it's Kaepernick. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no run play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. To throw, Kaepernick. Open man here is Conklin. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. Now Kaepernick. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, third down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Field goal coming from Younghoe Koo. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark. And
when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On play action, it's Brady. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught by Moss. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
They run on first down with Jackson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
So much of the game today We're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Two yards to go, second down. They run again with Jackson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. On the give, here comes Jackson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now he'll throw with Brady. Buying time to his left. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Drew Sanders. And the Steelers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
It certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for it. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. And his throw is incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Now it's 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And he will find his man on the outside. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Kaepernick. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 2nd down and a yard. From midfield, here's Kaepernick. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. He finds Lynch. It's complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. They set up the screen to Lynch. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Again, it's Kaepernick. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 19. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now a play fake, Kaepernick. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Kaepernick to throw again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they have the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to gun it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. This time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 51 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, oh, they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. A quick throw here out to Brown. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target and played a really nice game.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Their mobile quarterback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Point after here coming up. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Drive somewhere that time, 5 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Bring the touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. Cavante Turpin now to return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their 1st possession of the 3rd quarter. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, but as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Play action. Now it's Brady. They'll roll him out right. Full right side going to be complete to Moss. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their 1st, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now a give. It's Jackson. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 76 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single... When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Brady now to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Now it's Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. with his second touchdown of the night. And the Browns have retaken a third-quarter lead. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Carlson on for the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Kaepernick. He gets it left side of Johnson. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw, Kaepernick. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Steelers send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a 1-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
Everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now Jackson. And down he'll go at the 25. 94 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now. And here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football. And that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Brady. He's got Sanders on the out route. It's caught. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. On the ground, this is Jackson. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield and drops the 45. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So this drive going to... the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Jackson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well,
and now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 58 yards. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So now the Steelers down 21-10. Just over 2 minutes to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. Kaepernick now on 1st down. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Unlock Ryan! Unlock Ryan! Hey! Hey!
Kaepernick now on 1st down. Able to get this to Patrick. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Kaepernick now to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Throwing is Brady on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Here's Jackson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he will have a Browns first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory.
At the 10-yard line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, coach, but look, we still got this locked down, but that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Kaepernick.
If this
this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Ready.
Now Kaepernick, got to have this one. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Reek Woolen,
And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing.